Hello, it is me. For my first video on this channel, some fun and fresh things are gonna happen here. It's gonna be great, but I'm gonna do just like a very golden glowy look. It's beautiful, trust me. It's amazing, and so I think I'm gonna do it because that's a good idea. First thing I do is I take this very old and dirty thing to put my hair back, and then my hair dries that way because it's a little bit damp, and then my hair looks crazy, and so that's really great. I love living my day like that. So, unpopular opinion, I do my brows first because I think that's about 600 times easier, because if you mess up, you can just wipe it away instead of ruining your whole eye look. I don't understand how people do brows. I kind of understand how people do brows after foundation. I don't understand how people do brows after eyes. That doesn't make any sense to me. I forgot to set up my mirror. Okay, I can do this. Oh, I'm gonna be so close to the camera. This is gonna be so fun. I might say Lucas. Seems like this lighting is beautiful and great. I'd say yes, but I also can't really see. But that might just be because my mirror was dirty. It's because my mirror was dirty. Okay, I just use a black shadow. And I fill in my brow. Both of them, actually. I fill both of them in, but we're just doing one at a time. I wonder if anybody actually fills their brows in 2 at a time. That'd be crazy. Oh, this is horrible. Why did I do this? I can't see. I can't see. Oh, no. This whole thing is cursed. It's cursed. Oh, look at that. Pure art. If you're wondering if I moisturize my skin, for once I did. Because after my shower, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try and get tan. So I was like, yo, there's this lotion by Jergens, the one lady with the red hair. It's kind of crazy, that lady. Anyways, so there's like a tanning lotion. So it's like not supposed to be crazy harsh as like spray tan, and I'm pale as heck. So if I do a spray tan and then I mess it up, you're gonna see about 800% of it. So I was just like, maybe I should start with like a little lotion. It'll make me a little bit tan, and blah, 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 blah. But it did nothing. Editing me here. As you can see, I have such great quality and a great backroom and great lighting. Background. So I said. Anyways, it did do something. Not a lot, but it did do something. You can't really see it, I don't think, on camera. Oh, nope, you totally can. In here, really orange. My hands are really orange compared to how much they have ever been. Like, obviously they're not that orange because I didn't go into like a spray tan or the tanning mousse. But I'm significantly more orange than I think I ever have been, besides when I used to not know how to shade match myself. Anyways. So that's fun. It's like, thank you for doing nothing. But I did put some on my face. Some of y'all will be like, oh my god! Don't put that on your face. It's not a face moisturizer. And to that I say, I'm gonna go with the other eyebrow. Oh my god, what a turn of an ow. Why did I do that? Why didn't I just rub it away? Fun and fresh little fact. My hair is not naturally black. As you can probably see. Black is not my natural hair color, but it's my favorite. Just kidding. My favorite is like any Crayola color, which hopefully I'm gonna be able to get in this summer lifetime, but you know, who knows? Don't. That was a traumatic experience. No, my eyebrows are not even. Thought they were. I was like, oh my gosh, they're so even, but they're not. Don't get that mistaken. Now, the real question is, will they ever be perfectly even? No. I brought makeup wipes. My dog is beautiful. She is beautiful. I already said that. She is a sun dog. And little me never goes outside. So when I was like, I'm going outside to film, and I was setting everything up, and I wasn't letting her out until I had everything set up, she was a confused lady. She was like, what is happening? Why are you not letting me out? I kept going inside and going back. Oh, that's fun. I kept going back inside and outside, and every time I went inside, she thought we were going to my bedroom. And I was like, oh, you naive child. That's actually probably pretty smart, because that's where I spend 90% of my time. And my eye is attacking me. I'm gonna take some mascara, and I'm gonna set my eyebrows with it. I know, some of y'all are screaming, but trust me, it's gonna look fleek. Don't ever say that again. Okay, close enough. Okay, I guess I move on to eyes now, because I also do eyes before foundation. I just do foundation last. Well, not last, obviously, because then it would go over all my like contour and stuff. Also, I have so many Ipsy bags, I just keep everything kind of organized in them. This one is the concealers. I know how to say words. I'm terrified. Something's... So for those of you who don't know, which is all of you, I'm sitting outside in my backyard. What a shocker. We all thought I was inside. Screen. It's not. So I'm outside, and we just got this fun and fresh new outdoor umbrella so I could film out here in the shade and not in the sun, because in the sun I look like this. So it's really wobbly, and it is scaring me. I'm scared. It's moving all around. I'm afraid it's gonna fall. Had to move my dog's blanket. That's right, my dog has a blanket outside, so she can lay down and be a sun dog and tan. Not tan. You know dogs can get skin cancer? I had to move her little blanket because I was afraid it was gonna fall on her. So that's really fun. I'm taking the Too Faced Born This Way concealer. I'm also going to take the NYX Professional Can't Stop Won't Stop concealer. Listen to me. I got this shade in a very light shade. So it's real light, so I don't use it on its own anymore, because I used to wear really light foundations that didn't match me, because I didn't know how to match my foundations, which is fine. If you don't know how to match your foundation, it's all good. We're in the same club. Anyways, this foundation is so full coverage. It's crazy. I was like, I was like, during Christmas time, I was like, oh my god, I heard that the Too Faced Born This Way foundation is so good. It's like, you know, it's like so full coverage, just like the Shame Tape, but better. Violet. Anyway, so I was like, oh, okay. First of all, it's the lightest shade, and it's very yellow, as you can tell. So that's really fun, and I'm like, oh, cool. I look a little bit crazy. Also, it's really not that full coverage, especially like compared to the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop. It's bad coverage. I have my sponge here. It's not dirty. You're just imagining things. And I'm gonna take this like Pixie vitamin wake up mist. I was like, oh, it's a setting spray. I don't think this is a setting spray. Violet, do you like that? It's kind of spraying directly on her. I didn't think about that. Now I'm gonna blend that out. Oh yeah, this is like the primer. I don't use eye primer because, well, I used to when I was younger. Story time, when I was like 10 maybe, I was like,
you know what, I want to be a goth kid. I'm gonna do so many cool goth things.
Oh, you think I was joking? Oh no. Look at this picture of me when I was 9 years old. It was my birthday. Yes. I don't know what was going on with the drawing back there, but that's not what we're focusing on. I was wearing the black t-shirt and the little fluffy dress, and then those arm things. I don't know what they are, like gloves, but they don't cover your hands, only your arms. I don't know, but I wanted to be a goth kid. It was a thing.
And so I went to go get my makeup done because I wanted that like silver black smoky eye. but I didn't know how to do it, and I didn't really have the stuff to do it. So I was like, I'm gonna go to the MAC counter and have them do it. They did. I looked ridiculous. They did it. I looked ridiculous. On the other hand, I did discover this dark purple lipstick, which I don't remember the shade of it. So maybe I'll have to put a picture up. Maybe I won't, I don't know. Which I loved, but it really... it's in my eye! Hold on. Hey. It's filling my armpit. Okay, what was I saying? Oh yeah, that shade was super patchy, and I loved it, and I even got another lipstick in that, like, exact shade, and it was still super patchy, so, but I didn't accept it. I was like, you know, it's not patchy, you're just crazy. Like, I didn't understand that a lipstick could be patchy. I was like, oh, you know, this is just how it looks, you know, just some fun and fresh how it looks. So I looked a little bit ridiculous during that time, and sometimes I'd, like, just wear that. Once again, as like an 11-year-old, so that was a lot. Thank you at my mom and my dad for just letting me be creative and letting me wear really dark lipstick when I was young. Actually, I was not allowed to wear it out in the world. Story time! Actually, so in 6th grade, I was like, I want to wear makeup. My mom was like,
No.
so I snuck. I had this like glitter pigment that I wore on my eyes. It was very light, almost like lavender, but like lighter. And then I had this clear mascara that my friend gave me. Oh my god! I had this clear mascara that my friend gave me because I was like, and then I had this tiny little Barbie lipstick that was like a frosty pink, and I wore that. And so I was like telling my mom, like, I was like, Mom, why can't I wear makeup? And she's like, don't wear makeup, don't do it. And I was like, I'm wearing makeup already. And she's like, wow, good for you. It's like, you can't see it, so it doesn't matter. And I'm like, thanks, Mom, love you. So I'm a little fun and fresh little So this Wet n Wild Color Icon Bronzer. Story time.
How many times am I going to say story time in this video?
I was like, I need new bronzer because I only have one. So I was like, oh my gosh, you know, I've heard the Wet n Wild one is good and it's cheap, so I can try it. And so I was like, yes. So I got the lightest shade, and that's literally my skin tone color. Nope, it's... So I got it, and then I tried to use it, and I was like, oh my god, this is just like the tiniest bit darker than my skin tone, and it's really glittery. So I just like put a bunch of shimmer on my cheeks, and I was like, that's great. I learned that you can use it as a setting powder. I can use it as setting powder if I want like a dewy finish, but it shattered. So I was like, oh cool. And now my actual colored one, which is in the second shade, it's, once again, it works for me, so it's not that dark. Just shattered too. So I'm really happy about that. So my experience is that these just shatter. So it's fun. Anyways, I'm going to take my shattered Wet n Wild Color Icon Bronzer. Oh my god, that's so much. In the shade, in the darker shade. I don't know. I'll like link it or something. I don't know. I'm just going to put that in my crease. I'm going to knock off the excess every time. That's a lie. I'm probably not going to do it every time. Because I'm not classy. So yeah, I'm just gonna do this. You might say,
Lucas, this is a shimmery bronzer, and you're never supposed to put shimmers in the crease. You know that, it's a makeup rule.
to that I say, I don't care. I like the way it looks. Just gives me a luminous eye, and it's not like we're doing like any crazy like matte like smoky eye. We're not trying to make depth here, except we are a little bit, but you know, it's gonna be fine. Okay, so now I forgot to bring my lashes out. I got them. What we're gonna do next is we're gonna put a bunch of shimmer on our eyes. Now, story time. I used to have another makeup channel / account. And then I was like, I don't like makeup anymore, so bye. And then I was like, oh my god, I like makeup. I'm gonna start a new one, because can you, okay. Need to wait for it to, are you ever gonna come back? Okay, I moved the umbrella. Hopefully this will be better. Where was I? Oh yeah, I didn't want to just like try to revive a dead account. So there are so many sensibilities with people. I was like, I follow them and like their stuff, and I was like, oh no. So I just decided to start over. Great idea, I know. So anyways, while I was doing my other fun and little thing, I found this Instagram page called Touch of Glam Beauty. And I was like, oh, hey, I want to try out an indie brand. So I was like, I'm going to get a highlight from them, and it's going to be good. And so I got this little highlight from them. It's a little snowman, or it used to be. It's really not anymore. I've used quite a bit of it. It's very powdery though. And it's absolutely stunning. When I tell you Touch of Glam Beauty makes the best highlights ever, I mean it. I'm going to swatch all three of them. Again, didn't like touch really hard and stuff, so look at that. That's in the shade. It's so stunning and beautiful, and I just like,
I love it.
so this shade I'm going to use actually was not the shade I bought. I bought a different shade, and then they sent me this one, and I was like, it's going to be too dark for me. They're like, oh, okay, just like try it, or they're like, I bet it'll work for you, and I was like, have you seen how pale I am? They're like, oh, okay, well, if you want, like, sorry, I don't actually remember what they said, but they were really nice about it. And so I got this beautiful shade called Bling Bling Honey. It's like their most popular highlighter, and I got it by accident. And it's so beautiful and stunning, and it's like this light gold. It's like,
Oh, I love it.
so I'm going to use it on my eye today. If I can find my stupid brushes. So I'm going to take Bling Bling Honey on this little teeny tiny like shader brush. Is that what it's called? What are you called? Short shader brush. Just going to very lightly take a little bit. Brush is already coated, by the way. I'm just gonna, oh, you see that. Oh, isn't it beautiful? Now, I'm actually gonna blend it out with my finger a little bit, because for some reason it didn't go on how I wanted it. But I'm still gonna apply it. I'm gonna make it super shimmery, and I'm gonna apply it like into the crease shade I just put, and it's gonna be really nice and like fun and just real bright. I'll even take my finger a little bit and put it on there. It's like for fun. Just for fun, you know, it's all for fun. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, so that's like that part done. You're like, oh my gosh, like this looks basic. And I'm like, I know, but it's also gorgeous, so you can shut up. Next I'm gonna take a liquid eyeliner pen. I don't actually fully remember what brand this is or anything. All the stuff is worn off. I mean, I remember. I think I do remember very clearly, but I'm gonna make a little winged eyeliner, and I'll show you because I'm literally right next to it, to the camera, and I can see my mirror. My mirror's right here. Hi. So I'm gonna take the eyeliner, and I'm gonna take, it's really small and defined, so it's really easy to just make small lines with. I'm gonna go from the inner corner and just line my eye. I'm gonna do a pretty thin line, and this just basically means creating a line on the top of your eyelid. And you want to make sure you really get right as close to those lashes as you can. Otherwise people will clock you, especially if you have false lashes on. Because then I'll be like, wow, that doesn't look real at all. And I'll be like, thanks guys. So then I'm going to take to the very end of the eye and I'm going to follow this line that my eye normally naturally takes. Just so like if you go like this, well, obviously that didn't work because this is a very old eyeliner, but you can see that this is the line if I just continued it from here. I don't normally do this, but I don't really know how to explain I normally do it, so I'm just going to do this today. Now, I don't know if you noticed this, but this is a really good wing. Like, that's beautiful, but it's too advanced for me. Somehow I did it, but it's too advanced. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my makeup wipe, going to hold my finger in it so my nail is like the pointy part. I know probably all of y'all know how to do this, but just, and so you use your nail to like basically do it, and I'm gonna go at the very bottom of the liner and just kind of like cut some off, like not to the bottom but the side, and then I'm gonna blend it out. This is what I really like about doing eyes first, is that with liner most of the times, or if you mess up the eyeshadow, it's really easy to take off and then redo it or just clean it up. I find when I do foundation and then eyes, it's really hard to redo my eyes because I'll have to re-put on creams that I've already powdered and it just doesn't work for me. If it works for you, that's great. It doesn't work for me. And this is really fun. For your left eye, you can't really see what you're doing. So, you really can't see what you're doing. So you're just living on a prayer. This really isn't a very good eyeliner. I'm glad I didn't say what it was. Oh no. I think it was good when I first got it, but first of all, this is going over a lot of shimmer eyeshadow, which like is just kind of hard for liquid eyeliners. Not like brush liquid liners, but like felt tip ones. And then also that's kind of dry. If you screw one up, you have to screw the other one up too. So there's no differences. That's the Fun and Fresh eyeliner. I'm gonna apply lashes off camera. I'm back. These lashes I hadn't worn before. I've worn the style before last year at some point, but this pair I've never worn before. Like this pair specifically, but I've definitely worn the style. It's the Eyelure X Jasmine Brown collaboration in Jaybee. I love these lashes. As soon as I got these lashes, I fell in love and I was like, oh, I don't need the lashes. And I remembered I needed these lashes. So also those took way too long to put on because the umbrella was being fussy. It literally was like touching my head, so I had to rearrange it completely. Next, I'm working on the face. Kind of obviously, like what else would I work on? The ears? I might work on the ears. So I'm going to take this Milani Prime Light Face Primer in 02 Prime Light. I don't know if there are like multiple shades of this, but it's a primer. It's a glowy primer. It's kind of pink, if you ask me. I'm going to be honest with you. I've never found a primer that has dramatically changed my makeup experience for the better. It's just the fact. I've never found one. I'm not saying they don't exist. A lot of people are like, oh my god, I like primers, and then like 2 years later they're like, oh my god, primers are the best. I'm not saying I'm like that, but it's been 2 years. Anyways, I'm still priming because this kind of gives my face a little glow, and then we're going for a glowy look even though I'm going to bake my whole face. It's really smart. So, I use the Wet n Wild Photofocus foundation. I'm in the lightest shade, I believe. Yep, porcelain. That's me. It's actually not too light for me, which is crazy because I used to be like, oh my god, I need the lightest foundation that there is or I'm not gonna match. But that's not true at all, because I didn't match at all because I was too pale in the face. So I found this. I found this a while ago. I found this before those foundations, but I used it again, and it works. And I really like the applicator. I know a bunch of people are like,
Oh, I don't like the applicator. You know, it like, it's not sanitary.
like, I don't know. People have opinions, and I respect them. That doesn't mean I understand them. I mean, I do kind of understand them. I love this foundation applicator. I think it's so great with like pumps and stuff. While I know they're more sanitary, I just find them like 6 times harder to get on my face. Like, I have to either I have to pour them on my face and then I miss, and then it goes on my pants and stuff, and then it stains all my clothes, or I try to put it on my hand and then my hand is all dirty and I won't get enough out the first time, so I have to pump more. Hope y'all think my skin looks good, because I sure do. I don't know. I was watching Raw Beauty Christie. She's amazing. I love her. She's like, oh my god, this foundation makes my skin look so good. Which, like, makes sense, because, like, she's trying out foundations. And then I was like, does my foundation make my skin look good? I literally don't know. I don't know if my skin looks good or not. I don't understand how it works. So if anybody can tell me if my skin is good or not, like, just come meet me in real life and then we'll discuss. And then I'll get you the video recording saying of it. If you say a nice thing. If you don't say a nice thing, then I'm gonna find someone else. Just kidding. None of that's gonna happen at all. So I actually used to never put my hair back when I did my makeup. Story time. That was fun. My skin doesn't really like me right here because besides yesterday, like before yesterday, the few days before that, I had been doing a little Fun and Fresh like Spidey face paint. It was kind of like Nikki Tutorials one, except less superior, which makes sense. But it was cute. I found a way to make it work for me, but I just did like a not good job of taking it off afterwards, because I was like, oh, I'm so tired. Oh, let's go over my ears, right? Something you're supposed to do, right? Go over your ears. Should I just apply it to my ears? I regret everything, but I have to do it to the other side to even it out. This is very pink, I think. I don't know. I can't really... I know when a foundation's very yellow, but I can't tell when they're pink. Also, I might have pink undertones, but I use yellow stuff. We'll never know. Unless I, like, get my shade matched. But I've done that before, and that's always too dark on me. Actually, I don't know if that was yellow, because everything looks pink out here to me. Maybe I'm finally seeing the true colors. I've never done my makeup just, like, in actual natural lighting, so... yeah, I've been blind this whole time. I'm using the Too Faced Born This Way concealer. I'm going under my eyes first. I don't know. I do a kind of a different pattern every time, but I basically keep to like one style where there's a triangle like this under my eye, because it highlights my face that way, and I like it, okay? And that's all I put the Too Faced. That's the only place where I put the Too Faced. And then I'm going to take the Can't Stop Won't Stop concealer from NYX, and this is the shade Pale Me. And look how much lighter this is. Like, that's so much lighter. That's almost white. I did actually get a white concealer, but am I going to go get it now? No. I'm also going to put just a little bit on my chin, and then I'm also going to put it...
Stop getting concealer on yourself.
I'm also going to put it in my smile lines / on top of my mouth. Just kind of like all around. Because I feel like my mouth has like pigmentation. But I don't know if that's actually true, if I'm just seeing things. And I always blend out the other concealer on my face first. I think that's because I'm like, oh my gosh, Jackie Ina said to let your concealer dry a little bit before you blend it. But I tried that once and I waited too long, and it was a disaster. But I'm not gonna wait too long this time. And then I put the lighter color on my cheek as opposed to under my eye. I realized as of recent that people do that because they don't want their under eye to be that highlighted. They want like this part to be highlighted as opposed to like directly under the eye. Is it doing anything exciting or like changing the way I look drastically? I don't think so, but I want to do makeup the proper way even if I don't understand why or how. Also, I don't know if I did this when I was doing the foundation, but with the left side of my face with creams, and I'm like using a sponge, I always use my other hand, my left hand. I don't know why. This left hand is not as good as my right hand, but I've like just never used my right hand. It's weird. And then whatever excess that comes up, I just put on my nose. Now what I do is I set with the RCMA No Color Powder. I've had this for a very long time, and I've put it in a separate container from what it was because the original one I couldn't like put my sponge into. So I'm not going to show the container I have it in, but I am using that, okay? Just like, can you trust me for once? Also, I'm almost out, so I'm going to get a new one. That'll be a fun and fresh like review. This is the only loose setting powder I've used that doesn't like change the color of my foundation. So I'm scared. Don't breathe during this part. So before I actually set my eye with the powder, I go underneath the eye and I blend it out so there are no creases with my wet sponge. And I actually don't use a sponge to apply powder. I use this little like powder puff from Beauty Blender. And I find it really helps. It's so much easier to like clean your beauty sponges without it being gunked up with powder. And I'm gonna take this and I'm just gonna oh my god, why did I do that? Oh no, everything's falling apart. Am I just brushing my eyelashes right now with my powder brush? A little bit, yes. I already regret everything. And now I'm just gonna brush everything away. No. Just gonna go through my brows again. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna apply bronzer. So I'm actually gonna take the Wet n Wild one that I was just complaining about, and I'm also gonna take the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer just because I can't really dip into the Physicians or the Wet n Wild bronzer that well, and so I need a little bit of a mixture. I'm just gonna start bronzing my cheeks. I start like above where the cheekbone dip is. You can't really see the cheekbone dip on me at all. So I just kind of figured it out, I guess. If you can find right about where the divot is of your cheekbone, that's where I put bronzer. And I think it's better putting it there than in the actual hollow because it just kind of helps lift the face a little bit and not make it look droopy. I also go on my forehead, even though you're not really able to see my forehead because of my short hair right now, but I don't want to get clonked, you know.
Violet. Okay, let's have you just sit down.
Okay, Violet is here now because she was going off and like eating stuff, I think. I really can't see this side as well because I don't know. But especially with this, I think you should tap off the excess before you go in, because with like face stuff, it's really hard to like blend out if you make a mistake, I think. You know, I'm sure some people will say different, but I think the face is harder for me than the eyes are. So I just do what I think is easiest, which makes sense because it's my face. I also go underneath my chin, on my chin a little bit, and underneath my lip. And I also just take the brush very lightly, just kind of run it on the sides of my nose. Because my nose looks so light, and I don't know how to nose contour very well. I did it once. It was a mistake. Actually, I did it once when I was doing a drag look, and it looked amazing. I'll just kind of dust this on my forehead because it was just too light, okay? It's just too light. And because that wasn't dark enough, I'm going to take just a little bit of this Ulta Beauty Baked Sculpt and Glow, and I'm going to dip into the Sculpt side, aka the bronzer, just a little bit, and kind of go mainly just at the base of the contour, or like the back next to my ear, just to make it a little bit darker. I might drag it out closer to my jaw, but I want to keep it closer to my ears because that's where I want it the darkest. I don't want like next to my mouth to be the darkest. Also in this palette, I'm gonna take the blush. It has some gold and obviously pink in it, so be careful applying blush with this brush. It's hard. Just don't go crazy. Like build before you decide I want a lot. Like don't go in with a lot and be like, yep, that's, like, just start out with a little bit. This is really 100 times different than my lighting setup, how I normally do my makeup and how I used to film, so I don't know. It's just hard for me. Okay, I can't really see how I look very well, so just forgive me.
Also, feel free to take this as an apology for how harsh my cheek products are. I honestly did not see how harsh they were. Yeah, I'm sorry.
And then I'm also going to take some on my nose. So, since I think some of y'all get real mad, I'm going to wipe the foundation off my lips. My under looks very bare, which normally I'd like, but it's kind of disconcerting right now. So I'm just going to take the brush I used for the bronzer on my eyes, just go underneath. I'm not going to take any extra product. I mean, I might actually in a second because this isn't really doing anything. So I'm going to take the Baked Sculpt and Glow Ulta Beauty thing and just go like that. Just has something under my eye so I don't look so crazy. Like, don't get me wrong, I like looking crazy, but that's when I want to look crazy, not when I don't want to look crazy. Okay, so highlight. It's become that moment. I used to put a liquid highlight on top and then do it because it was really blinding and it worked really well, but it also didn't work very well because you could see the dark patches of the highlight because no liquid highlight is light enough for me because I'm a piece of paper. So I got this in an Ipsy bag. It's the Ofra highlighter in the shade Star Island. Oh, it's so beautiful and so pretty and I love it so much. So we're gonna use it. First, I'm gonna apply it just on my face with powders. I'm gonna use the Anastasia, the ABH highlighting brush in called A23. This is the only highlighting brush that I use. It's so beautiful. It's so great. I don't know how I lived without this for so long, but somehow I did. Anyways, I'm just gonna dip into it and place it on my cheeks. Yeah, that's better. Hi. Oh, I got lip gloss on you. I'm sorry. I'm going to take a little bit of the Touch of Beauty, Glam Beauty, Bling Bling, Honey highlight. I'm going to just do that, and I'm just going to place it on top. You're seeing it on sun camera. It's good. It's good. Oh, that was good. That was a good time. I did it right. I don't understand how people put highlight on their foreheads. I don't know how they make it look good. I'm going to spray my face with the Pixie Mist with rose water and green tea. This smells amazing. It smells so good. So I'm going to use this Makeup Pixie Mist, rose water and green tea. The Pixie is $15. It's not the worst pricing thing. It's exclusively sold at Target, I think. But it kind of has like Sephora prices, so I don't know why it's just sold at Target. But from what I've tried at Pixie, it's pretty good. But it is a little bit pricey, especially for a drugstore brand. Okay, so I'm going to spray it myself. None of that got on my face. Oh yeah, there it is. Okay, you can see I'm a little wet now. We gotta move fast. So I'm gonna take some of the Ofra. You know what? We don't have to move fast. I'm gonna spray my brush with that. I'm gonna go into the Ofra in a little bit of the Bling Bling Honey, and I'm just gonna place it on my cheeks. Oh yeah. That's good. Oh yes. Yes. I'll spray it again. Sorry, sweetie. Like, I want the Cupid's bow to be really shiny. I don't know why. I don't like my lips being shiny though. I'm gonna take the Ofra highlight. You can put it on your lid. Okay, that didn't do anything, but I have to put it on the other side now. I love that. But I like taking it and putting it on the inner corner. Sometimes it does something. Yeah, that did something. Okay, cool. Love that. So I'm gonna wipe stuff off my lips because I don't actually like, unless I'm going for like a metallic-ish lip, I don't like having it on my lips. Now, once again, I got this as an Ipsy bag. I'm going to use the Huda Beauty Liquid Matte Lipstick in the shade Bombshell. Oh, I need to take off. Oh no, that's a mistake right there. Okay, wait. Should I just keep it back? That's horrible. No, okay. Oh, this looks great. So maybe just like... Okay, this is the hair I'm going with. I feel like an evil villain. Oh my god. Okay, this is just what's happening. Jesus. Okay, time to apply the lipstick. I feel like I just kind of snapped. So, a pro to wearing stuff that it's like your shoulders and stuff exposed is you can highlight there, which is great. Oh, I'm also gonna highlight my ear. I almost forgot. So just like highlight the crap out of it. I say, Lucas, this is stupid, and I'm like, then don't do it. This is so stupid. Oh my god. Like Tati always says, highlight your shoulders. Like. And if you're not following Tati, then, like, go off, I guess, but how do you know how to do anything that's makeup related? My lip shape does not normally look like this, but today it does. Okay, so here's my little look. I should probably show you in the sunlight, right? Alright, so I hope y'all enjoyed. This is my first video I'm filming on here. Did I look at myself into the camera a lot? Yes. No regrets. Anyways, I hope you like this look. I do like wearing this look a lot, especially if I'm just going out and I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna do anything like really creative with my makeup today. And this is what I do. So I hope you like it. If you don't, that's too bad for you, because like I went off. I don't want to do the whole outro thing where it's like, oh my god, if you like it, subscribe and leave a like and share it and favorite it. Do y'all remember when it was... Do y'all remember when people used to ask you to... Do y'all remember when people used to ask... Do you remember when people used to ask you to favorite things? Like, that was a long time ago. Anyways, so if you enjoyed, that's cool. If you have any other makeup looks that you'd like me to do, that's cool. I'll probably keep posting, even if you don't, because I like doing this. Yeah. Peace.